Welcome to TREVtalks. In these videos, I'm going to be talking about a variety of topics related to video games, movies, or whatever strikes my fancy that week. Today, I'm going to talk about Star Citizen and independent AAA development. I'll likely be talking about Star Citizen a lot in these videos, so you might want to brace yourselves. Paid alpha game development has become a big part of the game industry today. The format has seen a large amount of controversy and straight-up negative press, having flooded the market with games that either remain incomplete perpetually, or games that are so poorly made that they beg to question if the developers were purposely scamming buyers. Certainly there have been some examples of what it can help bring about. After all, Minecraft began from the humble beginnings of paid alpha, but the majority is susceptible of either incompetence or lack of creativity. Star Citizen stands to be something different. These days, game development is a huge endeavor. Large teams of developers take years to meticulously design every aspect of virtual worlds. It took Rockstar North 5 years to develop Grand Theft Auto V with a team of over 1,000 people and a budget of $265 million. Bungie took 4 years to develop the first Destiny with a team of around 500 people and $500 million. Even with the understanding that a large portion of these budgets went to marketing, the cost of developing is far out of the reach of any developer wanting to be out from under the heavy thumb of a publisher. And the considerable time investment of game development isn't likely to bring crowds of skilled volunteers. But imagine if a game developer could have the budget to make a AAA title without a publisher dictating what the game should be. Star Citizen is the brainchild of Chris Roberts. You might possibly have heard him as the man at the head of the Wing Commander series, or maybe from the game Freelancer. He's had a share of experience in game development and frustration with publishers. He's a driven man who dreams of making the best space sim ever, and I, along with more than 1 million others, believe he is the right man for the job. And so those people have given him nearly $160 million, all in hopes that he can make this dream a reality most publishers would never have the patience to make. Not to say the idea of a developer having total freedom is always a good idea. A publisher can help motivate and refine the experience of what could have been a far more bloated and mediocre game. The problem is these publishing companies, especially the likes of EA and Warner Brothers, tend to force systems like loot boxes into their games, making the experience a lesser one. They tell developers to prioritize safe ideas and surefire moneymakers. Basically, anytime there's been an odd multiplayer mode attached to what should have been a single-player only game, it was because the publisher demanded it. There's absolutely no way that loot box orcs are going to improve the experience of Middle-earth: Shadow of War, a game primarily about the player's experience and meeting and interacting with NPCs of the world. But that's a topic for another day. Take No Man's Sky, for example. I very much believe that game could have been a sleeper hit had Sony not roughly grappled Hello Games and thrust Sean Murray on the stage to create excitement for the PlayStation 4. Given more time and less limelight, I think that game could have easily received far more positive response, but the agenda of the publisher compromised the integrity of the game. Another example comes with Metal Gear Solid 5. There is no doubt that Hideo Kojima used a considerable amount of Konami's resources in its development, but eventually Konami cut him off and the end product suffered big time. The game's story ended abruptly, with only broken fragments of what the intended ending was supposed to be. A sad end to an incredible franchise. Now look at the recent example of Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice. Ninja Theory knew what they wanted to make, so they made it by themselves. They made the choices of what should be a part of their game, and they developed without the risk of a publisher compromising that game. The results speak for themselves. Hellblade was very well received by reviewers and audiences alike. I'm excited to see how this freedom will pay off for Star Citizen. Robert's commitment to the quality of the final product is sure to bring some exciting new ideas to video games, including the recently shown off face matching technology. What's particularly exciting about Star Citizen is that it's fervently sticking to PC. When asked if Star Citizen was coming to consoles, his answer was, Star Citizen is a PC game. It will never be dumbed down for a lesser platform. In an age where the PC has largely become a place where you can get slightly better look versions of games on consoles, this is pretty awesome. Even if Star Citizen is only half realized, it will change game development, and I have little doubt that it will achieve the vast majority of what Chris Roberts set out to do. Personally, I'm very excited to see what more developers will do without the shackles of publishing companies, especially with a growing market of powerful gaming PCs. Let me know what you think about today's topic in the comments below. If you have something you want me to talk about, let me know that too. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.